Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Radio Show on wearehotline.net. And joining me today is Sophia Brown Ramsay. She is she's a community activist, a part of BCAN, which is the Black Community Action Network, and she's also an author of Sister Friend Hustle, keeping your mind, your money, and your man. How are you doing today, Sophia?
Oh, Nikki, I am wonderful. I'm hoping you're doing beautifully, too. I know you are.
You know what? I'm trying. The weather certainly helps.
Yeah.
You know, it keeps it all balanced when you're hustling such a hard grind, you know, as women. So I'm really grateful for that.
I love that. That's my buzzword, hustle and a hard grind. I love that. I love it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for having me, Nikki. I appreciate that.
No, I'm really happy and excited to have this moment with you because I've been watching you on social media, and you know you're out there doing the frontline work of I don't know, hundreds of women in one body. The energy that you're exerting. So I wanted to know so much more about you, and that's why we're here now, so that we can, you know, get together and understand the amazing things that you do. So let's talk a little bit about your background leading up to launching this incredible book. You have your strong roots in the community and part of the BCAN. Let's talk about that.
Right. Well, you know what? It's interesting that you're asking me that. And anytime I do talks or I'm on stage, I always tell the story. And my story really begins in Jamaica. It begins in Jamaica some 40 some odd years ago. I was 6 years old. My mother was getting ready to come. Well, she was actually going to the United States, and so dropped us off, my brothers and I, at my grandmother's place in the country. Got in a taxi cab to go to Kingston to, you know, go to the consulate to look at her papers and whatnot. And then we get a knock on the door at 2:00 in the morning. To tell us that my mother, who had been on her way to what she believed was going to be freedom, in a sense, you know, better place for her kids, was in a car accident, in a taxi cab, thrown from the cab because the cab rolled over, and she hit her head on a rock.
Oh my gosh!
And she was heard saying two things, Nikki. One was the Lord's Prayer. Mm-hmm. Secondly, she asked the Father to make sure to please take care of her children. And so that's how I came to Canada. That's how all of us came to Canada, because it was her sister that took care of us, that brought us here. And so it was that, I don't know how to describe it, that kind of born me, that I saw, and I lived in housing, and I lived around very strong women that kind of, you know, put themselves out there to kind of help rear all of us, you know, where we had nothing, but we needed to have people. And so that pushed me into working with community. When I went to uni, I seemed to always, you know, the jobs I would end up getting would be jobs in the community. So I've worked with young offenders, you know, with the East By, and I've had held an executive director post in Teal as well, working with, again, young people and women. And so BCAN came around because I got more into the advocacy piece. I mean, I'd love to be able to tell you some other stories. There's so much to tell you because our community is so rich and we have so much to give. So this is where I come from. I've come from a place where I've watched women, wonderful, beautiful, hard-working, tough, delicate, if you will, women, pushing, grinding, doing what they need to do to make sure the kids around them, not just their own children, but the kids around them flourish. So that's where I came from, Nikki.
Wow, that is beautiful, and I could see how many people can resonate with your story because of just the way it you know that you put it together, and just I just can't imagine you know, the journey that you've taken. You know, we have hardships in our lives, but everyone has unique hardships. So it's amazing when people like you can take the mask off and just be so authentic about your sharing. So thank you for that.
I appreciate that, Nikki. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I get it from you too, my girlfriend. I get it from you. I watch you. I see you doing that same thing. I see you doing the grind, and I see you showing up everywhere. I see people coming to you, you know, so it's no wonder. I feel an attachment in a sense to you, the work that you're doing, and I'm inspired by you. So
Thank you.
It's a reciprocal relationship here.
Yes, it's a beautiful alignment when
right.
you've decided to provide service before self.
Right. Yeah.
And it takes a lot of dedication, and I think we totally understand what our purpose is. So let's talk about your launching into becoming an author, Sister Friend Hustle. Let's talk about that.
Sister Friend Hustle. So, you know, I am a married woman, been married just celebrated our about to be married for 21 years. Been with my husband for some 26 years, I think. Never ask me. I'm the worst one. My husband knows the anniversary, all of those things. I don't. I'm like a guy. You know, which is too funny, right? I know, it's totally funny. But what happened was, as you know, marriage it's up and down. It's up and down. Mm-hmm. There's good days, there's bad days, but there's a commitment. But I found myself some 5 years ago going through some very tough moments in my marriage, to the point, and I tell people I'm very open with that, to the point where I was done, finished. And it was my husband that said, no. Were you not there? Were you not standing up beside me? You know, when they said for better, for worse, in sickness or in health, are you dead? Neither one of us is dead. We're marching on. So it was very difficult. But what happened in all of that was, and I'm glad he did that, because it really pushed me to begin to look at myself as opposed to blaming. Am I saying there wasn't some issues in our marriage? Absolutely. But I had to pull it back. I had to pull it back and concentrate on Sophia. And not Sophia Brown Ramsay. I had to concentrate at that point just on Sophia Brown. Go back. Do you know what I mean? I had somebody that, when I was going through this, and it was a sister friend, it was my aunt, which is, you know, she's really a cousin, but in Jamaica, you know how it is. You know, if they're older, they're your aunt. So, she looked at me in all of what was happening at that point, and she says, "Will the real Sophia Brown please stand up? Where is she?"
Wow. Profound.
So, it was really profound. And so I began to kind of surround myself with some women that I actually could have some grown and sexy conversations with. And it's not the conversations that I always want to hear, you know, but they had to tell me some truth. And I had to figure out, pulling back, okay, so find yourself again. You cannot, there's no one there to make you happy. You must make yourself happy. And I remember that finances was a challenge for us. And so I thought, and so I said, you know, but what can I do? Because as women, we tend to do everything for everybody else, the kids, the husband, the community, everyone. We forget ourselves. So I had to kind of pull my way out of that. And so one of the first things I started doing was just kind of taking $20, Nikki, $20 a month on myself on a Friday. I would take myself to lunch. And that's all I could afford. And so, you know, I would have an hors d'oeuvre, and a nice drink. And that was my way back. And in doing that, I began having conversations. You know, I sat at the bar, people came in, they were also having their lunches, I meet business people. It was a great way for me to also talk about what I was doing, you know, and how we can serve each other and those types of things. And my face started lighting up again. My heart started freeing up again. I went back to the place where it's not about my husband Tennyson. It really is about Sophia. And it really is about making sure that I stand in my own grace, you know, and in the grace of God. You know, that I align with the Creator. Co-create the life that I'm supposed to have.
I love that. That's powerful. Now, where can people get the book, Sophia?
Well, it's the upcoming book. The book is being written right now. I've been interviewing women as well. It's the upcoming book. But I'm telling you, even before this book is fully written, people are so interested. I have a number of women that I've interviewed in there who have gone through similar situations, because I think what happens is we as women, and this is where the book is coming from, we're not alone, sister friend, Nikki, right?
No.
We're not alone, and oftentimes, right, we feel like we're alone. And so that's why I felt I had to write this, is for us to recognize that we can do all of these things. And the first thing one must do, the reason why I say keep in your mind, is because you are the first piece of all of that, you know? And as women, we have to take care of our financial background. We will not and should not depend on other people to do that. And there are ways. I saved money when I didn't even realize I was saving money. I was able to buy a business, shocked. My husband was completely shocked that I had this money saved. So I want to talk to women about how to do that, right? And when I talk about you as a tongue-in-cheek and, that type of thing, keeping your relationship, but you keep your relationship by keeping your relationship, your inner relationship. You get me? You know what I'm saying, Nikki, right?
Completely.
That's what it is. You get it. You have to keep you first before you cannot give what you don't have, Nikki, right?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot give what you don't have.
Expecting 100% back.
Right? So
yeah.
this is where I'm coming from. You must be able to make sure you have these things for you first before you can extend it out, because we're here and we're here to serve, right? Mm-hmm. But you must understand that. I'm sorry for the background here. It's very busy around here.
Oh, no. Not at all. You're a busy woman, and I just want to thank you again for giving us a few minutes of your time and the powerful testimony that you shared with us. I'm so amazed, and I'm very proud of all of your achievements, and I can't wait to meet you face to face when we are going to be gathering in front of a live audience at the Nikki Clarke Show Live. So, Sophia, tell us how people can reach you before we go.
So you can reach me at Sophia.Ramsay@Rogers.com. Let me do that again. Sophia.Ramsay, Ramsay, @Rogers, ROGERS.com. You can also reach me at Becan Peel. And Nikki, I'll send those to you as well. BECAN, Peel, PEEL, at gmail.com. And please give me a call, guys. Give me a call. 416-433-7715. Love to hear from you. And you can find me online. Okay?
Wonderful.
Just look me up. Sophia Brown Ramsay. You'll find me on my website.
Awesome.
Ramsay.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank
you.
Nikki, it's my pleasure.
Awesome. So you have a fantastic day. We want to thank you again. And you've been listening to the Nikki Clarke Radio Show with the amazing Sophia Brown Ramsay. You take care, Sophia. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you, Nikki, for everything. You stay, sister friend. All right, my dear. Bye for now.
Take care. Bye-bye.